in this video, we are going to be analysing PALI. Now, this one is quite interesting. The leading gap of today being up over 110% as we're recording this video. Now, it has fallen from a bit from where it obviously is intraday high. Market open, this stock just went absolutely crazy to the upside. And then got that reversal candle and obviously started to decrease in price. But it is still holding up quite well. Obviously, we haven't broken below VWAP yet, which is a good bullish indicator if you are looking at this stock long in general. So yeah, again, be watching for that, at least in the intraday. Still looking a bit more bullish. I mean, the only time I would flip bearish is if I'll probably be looking more on the 5 minute. But if you get a close below VWAP, that's when I would be a bit more hesitant on the day to be looking at it long biased. But what is more importantly kind of the long-term levels, because again, these are always the strongest levels. And this is what I find quite interesting with this stock, is that, obviously you go back just a few weeks, it was at 6 cents. Now, I don't really know why this happened. We're having something here that says unspecified Central Time Standard earnings. Again, I'm guessing this is what the kind of reaction was off, but again, I couldn't really find it. I don't know if it's a reverse split and it's just not rendered properly. Now, again, I haven't been able to find the information on it. If you know if this is a stock you watch quite rigorous and you know what's happening, why it kind of moved from around 6 cents to $2. If it was a reverse stock split, then again, stay away a bit more from these levels. Again, they'll still be accurate, but they won't be as strong as if it was moved on a normal move. By that, I just mean it wasn't something like a reverse stock split. If it's moved from a catalyst or just technical reasons, which, I mean, you're not going to move that far on a technical reason, but for any fundamental reason, then these levels are still valid, and we have seen them still play out valid. So, obviously, we gapped to $3. We started to pull back. Again, this is always expected. Like we say, whenever you open, or whenever you're above, really, the third or fourth deviation, you know it's more bearish, you know it's overbought, you can look to play it to the downside, and that's exactly what we got. We came into that fourth deviation on the 6 month, but like we always say, and kind of the key one, third deviation is always the most important one, and it came back to there on the daily exactly. So I mean, you had some good upside. You could have probably made a point or two off that move to the downside. So that's what we would have been watching. But again, today, now it's had a sudden move again to the upside. But what are we still above? We're still above our fourth deviation on the 6 month, and we're above our fourth deviation on the 1 year. This again is still very overbought. Not something at all I would be looking to take long, because there's so much downside on it and not a lot of upside. And again, when I say not a lot of upside, obviously this stock could continue to run. If it's already moved 100, who's saying it can't go another 500? Again, that is true, but we like to trade more realistically. At least that's how I like to look at it. And I know there's a lot more chance of it falling than there is to kind of continue up. So again, I would be more hesitant on this stock if I'm trading it long bias. I'd be more short biased on it, looking for some entries short. And again, what would be targets to my short? So we have our closest one at 266. This is again where I would definitely start looking in some profits, definitely moving stops at a minimum. We would have then a bit more of a target at 235, then $2. Again, $2 would be quite key because it was this previous low and also our third deviation. So again, if we get another bounce, it could happen at that level. If we went lower, we have next target at 180, 130, 75 and 68 cents. So again, these would be all our targets to the downside. Again, I don't know if I would hold all the way down to 75 cents, but if that is something you're interested in and you're holding this stock short, again, just make sure be locking in profits along the way, moving your stops as you go. And again, if it continues to move quite steadily to that downside, then yes, you may be able to hold all that way. But again, I'm someone who likes to get out at kind of these stronger moves, so I would probably short maybe a bit more size, have a bit of a tighter stop and be looking to close out most of it or near enough all from 266 to $2. Now, this analysis video is a bit different to normal because we're not going to give you any upside targets. And why is that? Because I have none. At least how I do my technical side of my analysis, it's telling me it's overbought, I don't want to be long bias, it is going to fall in price. That's what my technicals tell me. Again, if you have another outlook or a way to view a stock, then again, you may have reasons to continue up and you may have resistance going higher. But really, the only thing I can say is if it continues higher, what are going to be my resistances? It's going to have to be key psychological levels. So that's, you know, from the 640 high, it's going to be $6.50, $7, $7.50, $8. Really just the half and whole dollars going forward. Again, they always tend to play out quite strong. I haven't actually checked, but I mean, if you go to the intraday chart, how has it reacted at these kind of levels, at least on the downside? Because again, it's just moved at such strong momentum to the upside. Again, if you look at the 550, Again, $0.50 came exactly to that. What's at the $5 hold level? Again, broke down to this level, that was acting as a resistance, acting as a support over here. And that's why we really look at especially on these smaller cap, low price stocks, whole and $0.50 tend to be very good levels to be paying attention to. You can usually get some good risk to reward on them. I mean, you can usually risk, literally 5 cents and look for about 50 cents to the upside. So again, you can be wrong a lot of the time, but still make good money as long as you're risk managed on these kind of trades. Anyway, that is the breakdown on PALI. If you traded this today, definitely let me know in the comments. Otherwise, hope to see you in the next one, and that's it. Peace.